Hey YouTube, so it's me, Josephine, and I am here to just share with you where I'm at, what I'm up to, what's working, what's not working. It's been a while. I know I haven't made a video in probably 7 or 8 years or something like that now, and as much as I definitely regret not making a video because I actually did enjoy it, but I started having babies, and babies takes a lot of your time. Since I last saw you, I had 3 kids. I think I'm done. um in the process of having all these babies or whatever, I gained a lot of weight. I think my highest weight was about 310 pounds. Yeah, so it definitely hit an all-time high. I've never been that big in my life. In fact, that was the kind of like the wake-up call. Oh my God, Josephine, what's going on? Like, I freaked out. So I am now on a new journey. I have tried several diets over the years. Some of them worked, but working is one thing, but being able to stick with it was always been my problem. I did one diet that was called Trim Healthy Mama. I actually did like that diet. It worked for me. I lost weight on it. The problem is that I was having a problem sticking to it. Trim Healthy Mama is a little bit like keto, but they have their own specialty ingredients and whatnot, and I think you could do it without specialty ingredients, but it was a little bit harder, and I never really understood some of the concepts of it, like with the E meals and the S meals and stuff. I had a hard time sticking with the diet. So there's things from that diet that I carried on throughout my life that I really loved, like some of the meals, but it's a lot like keto. So if you're already on keto, I wouldn't suggest necessarily switching, but if you want to check it out, hey, that's cool. So it was a good diet for me. I loved it. I tried vegan, which also worked. I lost like 10 pounds. But my problem with that diet, the vegan diet that I was on, was a low fat, well, zero fat, high starch diet. And the problem that I had with that diet was I couldn't stick with it because I was constantly cheating on the diet, in the sense of having like ice cream or chocolates or things that are of fatty nature. I wasn't too hard on myself because everybody goes through that baby vegan stage, and I was still in that baby vegan stage. However, I was getting my husband also on that diet, and him being on the diet, he has to work, he has to concentrate, and he was falling asleep. He didn't have the energy to necessarily sustain the day, and I didn't have the energy either. And I have kids. My energy need to be up, you know what I mean? I just didn't have it. So there was some pros, but there was a lot more cons on that diet than I care to even mention. It was good. If you want to do that diet, I recommend it as well. If you are one of those people who could stay away from sweets and, non-vegan items, if you could stay away from those things, thumbs up, good for you. That's a good diet to go on because it really does work. However, I kept cheating. I wasn't losing weight. I gained back a lot of the weight that I was doing while I was on the diet because I was cheating on the diet. So it wasn't working. It was working, but then it wasn't working. You have to, whatever you're doing, you have to stick it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So finally, my husband came up with this diet that he found online. Some of the people in his community was doing it, and he brought it to me, and I was like, okay, let me check it out. But I was very suspicious because, keep in mind, I did all my research for veganism, and everything that veganism says, Carnivore says opposite. Carnivore says eat fat. The vegan diet that I was on says no fat. Carnivore says eat meat. The vegan diet clearly doesn't eat meat. So, everything was just like total opposite. So I was like really hella suspicious. I was like, no, this is not going to work. It's just not going to work. I don't see how it could work. So finally, I told my husband, okay, look, if this is what you want to do, I'll do it with you for 1 month. We're going to do 1 month. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, we could go back to vegan, or we could just figure out something else, right? But only 1 month. After 1 month, all bets are off. So first day of the diet, I ain't gonna lie, it was hard for me. My husband was happy because he got some meat. He was like, yes, meat. Oh. For me, I was like, oh my God. The meat, I felt like it was hard. I was eating burgers and eggs for lunch because I also decided to combine intermittent fasting with my diet. And I just was having a hard time eating. I had 2 burgers, I think, and some eggs, and I just wasn't satisfied. I remember throughout the day, he had like 3 burgers, but then he was good. He was fine. I had 2 burgers, and I was like, ugh, I'm starving. I was like hungry. And then I was panicking also because I was like, what if this is a bad idea, you know? Anyway, I had another burger later on, and I was like, oh, fine. And then I don't remember what I had for dinner, but the first day was the hardest day for me. The next day, I had, I think, 3 burgers, but I was so full at that 3 burger stage. I was so stuffed. I didn't need to eat anything else, I think, for the rest of the day. You know, the next day I had like 2 burgers, and then later that day I had some eggs for dinner because, you know, sometimes when you eat a big lunch, you don't necessarily want to eat much for dinner. So I might just make some deviled eggs, or I might make some just hard-boiled eggs just like that and eat that by itself, or some chicken, something simple. Anyway, my diet went on like that. A couple of times I think I had barbecue sauce with some pork because I'm not really a big pork person, but if you put a little bit of barbecue sauce, it goes a long way. I ate that and I liked it, but the barbecue sauce wasn't on plan. But that was one day. Let's call that my cheat day. But I still ate meat. I didn't eat any other carbs except for what was in that barbecue sauce. And after 1 month, just to backtrack, when I started this diet, the beginning of the year, I started the year at 310 and did lose some weight on the vegan diet. However, when I started the carnivore diet, I was 297 pounds. Okay. And then when I ended the first month, I was 282 pounds, I think. So I had good success with this diet. I think I lost a total of, was that 15 pounds? Give or take a little bit. I was happy. 15 pounds was great. My husband lost about 20 pounds. One of my daughters, who's a little plus size as well, she did the diet. She lost more than 20 pounds. She did better than both of us. And to show you that it does work, she actually broke her leg. And when she broke her leg, you know, they had to weigh her when she went to the hospital or whatever. So that's how we kind of knew to track her weight loss as well, because I couldn't have her step onto the scale. It wouldn't give her even enough reading. But if she stepped onto the, you know, those hospital scales, is a little bit better. So from that, we knew that she lost more than 20 pounds. And she was pretty much on the bed, on her butt, on her chair, whatever, most of the time. We did a little bit of walking around sometimes, but you can't call what she did exercise. Her diet consisted mostly of just, her exercise consisted of mostly of just getting up from the bed, maybe going to the bathroom, getting up from the chair, going from the bed, from the chair back to the bed, or maybe we go somewhere she might have to hobble downstairs. That's the exercise. No more exercise. I got way more exercise doing nothing than she did with her thing, and she lost more weight than my husband and I put together. So I guess her metabolism is really, really good. So just to show you, this diet really will work. And the reason why it works for her so much is because she can't get up to go to the kitchen. I had to feed her, so she was eating what I was eating. So it worked. This diet worked. It worked. And I think after 1 month, I was like, babe, you know what? If this diet really is working, let's just stick with it. And you know, there's a lot of pros and cons in here. One of the pros that I found was that it was easier for me to stay on plan. Whereas with the other diet, the vegan diet, I kept every weekend we went to the Habit Grill or somewhere and we ate things that was not on plan. I tried to eat vegan burgers and stuff, but I was eating stuff that wasn't on plan. Let's just be honest. I wasn't always staying on plan. My husband definitely wasn't staying on plan. And that was on the weekend. And at night time, when the kids were asleep, that ice cream container was getting hit up really well. I mean, a lot of attention to the ice cream and the chocolate. But that vegan diet will work because I wasn't always going off plan. It's just after a while, I started to stall out. You know, I needed that extra satiation, I guess that's what it is. I needed it, and I wasn't getting it from the vegan diet. Whereas with the carnivore diet, I definitely was able to stay on plan and stick with it. I had a lot more energy than I ever had. More energy, more weight loss. The weight loss was way better than it was on the vegan diet. I mean, it was great. I was able to fight my cravings. I mean, I I can't even explain. I really just I felt better, you know? Like, you know, when you're having a diet and you just feel like you're hungry all the time? I don't have that feeling. Like, it's now 12:30 to be truthful.
It's 12:30. Good afternoon.
If you don't believe me, believe Mickey. It's 12:30 and I haven't had a meal for the day yet. So I've incorporated intermittent fasting, and I'm able to stick to my intermittent fasting many times, because I did the intermittent fasting when I was on the vegan diet as well. And by 11 o'clock, I'm dying. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat something and break my diet right now. Okay. So I'm able to stick with my intermittent fasting. So that works, you know. The cons are what? People think that you're weird if you tell them you're having a carnivore diet. The reason why I'm telling you guys is because I know that it's working. I have proven it for myself that it does work. And the best part is you're able to stick with the diet because you're not craving. You're not like, oh my God, you're passing by something, you smell some food or you smell something sweet. You can't pass by a bakery because if you smell it, you're like, oh, craving. No, you're not dying. You're not dying. You can look at it and say, okay, well, that didn't work for me. This is working. I'll stick to this. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I had to give up, but like I said, those things didn't love me back. I loved them. They didn't love me back. You need to end bad relationships, people. Things I'm learning. Okay, 2021, people. Get it right. Get it right. All right. I mean, it's just, it's a little bit of an adjustment, but the 3 people in my home that have been doing this diet is having good results. And you know, one of the things that happened to us this weekend, my son, he's only 3. He was having a major temper tantrum, major. And my husband and I, by the time he was done, we went for a drive, my husband and I was feeling like, oh my God. And he was feeling like, oh my God. I think we both had one of those kind of moments, you know? And I turned to him and I was like, babe, you know, I really feel like eating something sweet or just having some kind of snack or whatever. He's like, yeah, me too. And we were like, oh. And then he said to me, which is very rare, he said to me, yeah, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to go off plan. And I was like, yeah, me neither. Because I know it's working, you know? So even though I was having that feeling of like, because the stress from the situation made me want to eat some ice cream or something. And because he encouraged me and I encouraged him, we didn't want to mess up. You know what we did? We went to the store and we bought 2 steaks and we decided we were going to do a grill off. That is so unlike us. You know, we just went and we decided to spin it around and have a good time doing something that we love. He loves to grill. I love to grill. We love to eat. We had some steaks and we didn't go off plan. We didn't mess up our diet. We still felt good. We turned a whole bad day into a positive experience of us competing against each other for steak championship. Of course, I'm the better cook, but you know, I ain't trying to brag or nothing, you know, whatever. But still, you know, I say, if you're looking for something different, you know, this is different, you know, because you've always been told to eat your vegetables and to do this and to do that. And if you want something that will work for you, especially if all the other diets hasn't been working, I say give it a try. Just try for 1 month. After a month, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Okay? Because that's what I said. If after 1 month, if this is not for me, if not working, I'm not going to do it. Because I don't want to harm myself. I want a long, healthy life. I want my husband to have a nice, long, healthy life. And I want it to work. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys I'm back. I'm going to probably try to do some more videos like this where I tell you about my diet, how it's going. Just so I'm clear, because I don't know if I said it before. I started this diet off at $297. And today I'm sitting at, because I'm like a month and 11 days, I'm thinking. Because I started the 1st of April. Today is the 11th of May, I believe. Or the 12th. 12th. Today's the 12th of May, sorry. And today I weighed myself this morning. I was 277, which is a number that I know I wasn't seeing on the scale. So sometimes when I step on the scale, you know, you step on the scale too many times, after a while it started to tell you 1 minute you're at one number and then next minute you go down a little bit and then you go back up again. So it kind of does that yo-yo thing. So today my number was 277, which was a number I wasn't seeing these numbers. So I'm looking forward to getting to my goal weight. My goal is to hopefully be at 150 to 180, between 150 to 170. I'm pretty tall. I'm 5'10", 5'11", something like that. I say that because my husband thinks he's 6 feet. I think he's 5'11", because we seem to be about the same height. So I give him the 5'11", which means that if he's 5'11", I'm 5'11", okay? We're like the same height. I'm not 6 feet. I'm a girl. I don't want to be 6 feet. Although I think height is attractive, but yeah, neither here nor there, okay? We tall people, so I could carry my weight a little bit. So if I tell people I'm 300 pounds, they'd be like, really? Yeah, you're fat, but you really? You know, because 300 pounds usually looks really big on some people. But for me, I'm rambling now, but all you get what I'm saying. I'm in my car. I decided to do my video in my car this time because I kept wanting to do my videos. I kept wanting to get back on YouTube, but I kept putting it off. And at this point, I'm like, look, I need a place that I could just focus, no interruptions, close the door. I turned off the air conditioner so that you could hear me without the fan, but I'm sweating, which never used to happen. And by the way, I decided to do locks. So if you see my hair, it looks like this. I'm kind of excited to see what the carnivore diet is going to do for hair growth, because, you know, it's mostly protein. So I'm thinking maybe I will get like a lot of hair growth because of the protein diet. So maybe that's something I'll share with you in the future. As I just did it. It's a little rough right now because you know, life. But I'm not even a month in yet. I'm like maybe my second week, and it's a little untidy looking, but you can see my roots are still pretty there. I'm really excited to see what happens with my hair, because I've always wanted locks and never did it. I was trying to go for micro locks, but it's not quite micro locks, but it's not quite traditional lock size. But I love it. A friend of mine just braided my roots. I had my roots braided and my ends twisted, you know. But this video is not really about my hair. It's mostly about the carnivore diet. I'm just interested to see what happens if it grows a lot faster, and if it does, that's something I'm definitely gonna share with you, because everybody's always looking for a way to grow their hair longer. I'm doing this diet not for my hair, but it's something that I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with. I'm excited. I'm excited to just see what the future holds, and I will share it with you as this journey go on. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please remember to subscribe and like, so that more people will get this information, because, you know, I want people, all people, but especially my sisters, my melanated folk, you know. We've been told, I think, the opposite, to let go of the chicken and let go of the beef and let go of the this and let go of the that. I'm here to tell you that that's not necessarily what you need to be doing, okay? What you need to be doing is what's right for you. And if what's right for you is to get your weight down and your energy up and your skin clear and your hair grown and your life on track, because when I have more energy, I can focus on my kids. I could focus on studying something that could benefit me and my family. I could do more for my husband. I could do more for my kids. I could do more for myself if I have my energy up. And I couldn't do that when I was on the vegan diet. In fact, I think I was more cranky, you know. And just check it out. Check it out. I am not a professional, one of those doctor, dietitian, whatever. I'm not. But I will tell you what works. And what works is the carnivore diet. It's working for me. And I would say maybe I'm probably more ketovore than carnivore, but I'm more carnivore because I don't eat any vegetables. The reason why I say ketovore is only because I do have some spices, and they say spices is not allowed, but I do like my food to taste good. So I add my garlic, onion, and my seasoning. I usually grind stuff up. I don't do a lot of that because I'm trying to stay off of the carbs, vegetable carbs. But I do take the flakes and add it, you know, onion flakes, garlic, you know, whatever. Add my seasonings to whatever I need to add my seasoning to. And it's, guys, I'm happy. I could actually say that I'm happy. And you know, a lot of times when I was on the vegan, I was depressed. I felt depressed. And I honestly, I didn't even think about it, but I don't feel that depression anymore. I don't feel so weighed down and bogged down by everything. My weight is obviously a stress for it in itself. I really do stress out a little bit about my weight because I want to be healthy, and I felt like it wasn't giving me what I wanted, and my body was just not doing. And I don't really exercise. I don't exercise, and that's something that I feel bad about. I really want to start exercising more, and maybe I'll do 1 month where I walk a mile every day or something, and see if it makes a bigger difference with my weight loss. But as of right now, I just do my regular stuff, walk around the house, do whatever I have to do with my kids, and maybe that's all the exercise my body needs, you know. But I want to incorporate more exercising. I don't really want this video to go on too long, so I'm gonna end it here. But Carnivore diet, guys, it is working. It has worked, and there's a lot of information out there. I hope you stick with my content so you could, you know, I could get more traction, because this is YouTube is something that I really want to do long term, you know. So I hope I reach somebody. I hope I help somebody. And I'll be in touch. I'll let you know. I'll keep you abreast as to everything going on with my diet and my hair, because, you know, who doesn't want long hair? You know, unless you don't, but then story for another day. Okay, love you guys. Please remember to subscribe and like and share. Bye.